Hey everybody, welcome to Dinner and a Tip. My name is Brenda and I will be your cooking guide. So it is fall, and when I think of fall, I think of comfort food, and when I think of comfort food, there's nothing more comfortable than chicken wild rice soup. I'm actually going to show you how to do this on the Blackstone. I'm going to go ahead and start with our chicken. So I did chicken thighs, and actually I soaked them in just some plain old Italian dressing just to kind of give it a little extra flavor. So we're going to go ahead and throw that down. Next, we're going to do the start on the broth for this. So we're going to, actually, you know what we're going to do is we're going to do the butter. So we're going to melt butter, and we're going to actually make a roux in here, which basically is how you help thicken up your soup. So I've got 3/4 of a cup there. And then I'm going to do 3/4 cup of flour in this one. So what I want to do is mix the flour and the butter together first, because if you try to do the flour later on, it's going to get really clumpy, and it's really hard to try to make the clumps get out of here. So we're just going to go ahead and start with this. So this is actually going to be more of like you can kind of see how it's getting thick. It's kind of almost like a paste is what we're looking for on this one. Let's give that chicken a quick stir. So if you're trying to make chicken wild rice soup and you want to do the cheaters version, I actually do the pre-cooked rotisserie chicken that's already cut up at the grocery store. It's actually one of my favorite ways to cheat at this. So we've got the roux going. And so next we're going to do is the broth. So you can actually do chicken broth, or what I'm actually doing is, you can see this is a better than bouillon, and I'm actually just going to do a couple tablespoons of this, because this way I'm actually just building some extra flavor in instead of just doing plain old chicken. So we're going to go ahead and get that mixed up, and then we're going to pour this in here to get this boiling. So you can actually do this recipe inside, but I actually like cooking my chicken and vegetables out here. So while it's still nice, this is my first choice to be out on the Blackstone. So you just want to give this a really good mix, and then we're going to go ahead and start on our vegetables. And this flour is still kind of on the crunchier side, so I'm just going to go ahead and mix this up really good while I have a chance before I get everything else mixed in here. So, all right. Go ahead and check on our chicken. And I'm also going to go ahead and hit our chicken with some Italian seasoning right now. And this way I'm just got everything kind of flavored, so I'm building the flavor, so I'm not going to need to marinate or like cook this as long to get the desired taste that I want. Actually, I'm going to do a little bit of fresh Italian seasonings too, so you can just pick one or the other, but this is what I've got going on today. Ooh, I can smell the oregano, I can smell all of those Italian herbs, and this is a great way to get this chicken flavored, so when you're biting into your chicken you're going to have that flavor too. Next I want to go ahead and get our vegetables cooked. So you can either cut carrots, but actually I really like having the shredded carrots, so I'm going to go ahead and put some of those carrots down. And we want to keep these crunchy, so we're not going to cook them until they're completely soft. They'll soften up again in the pot. So push this chicken up because that's just about done. Actually, I'm going to use some of these juices from the chicken, and then I'm just going to throw about 2 tablespoons of butter. So I've got about 1 stick of butter between here and here. And we're just going to go ahead, and this is coming together perfectly. And the other thing that we're going to do is, you can do cream, you could do milk. If you want a like thicker, more heartier one, I'm going to do 2 cups of heavy cream. add it in here. Let's go ahead and check on these vegetables. Kind of got them all over the place today, but that's the best thing about having a Blackstone. If you haven't decided if you want a bigger or smaller one, it's a lot easier to go bigger than it is to go smaller. So chicken's just about done, and we're gonna keep getting these vegetables softened up. And now the other thing to cheat with your wild rice soup is I just buy wild rice soup. This is just original Uncle Ben's, and I'm just gonna go ahead and throw the long grain wild rice soup in. I'm actually doing 2 packets because I'm doing a little bit larger of a batch today. The other thing I don't have out here that I usually throw in my soup is actually some garlic. And I'm also going to go ahead and do a can of mushrooms in this one. I'm going to go ahead and check to make sure this chicken is cooked all the way through. Once it's in the pot, it's not really going to cook anymore. So I don't know if I said it before. I actually do chicken thighs versus chicken breasts. I think they just have a little bit better flavor. They get a little softer. But again, go ahead and use that rotisserie chicken if you're in a hurry on this recipe. So I can see the onions are getting a little bit more clear, which means they're cooking down, and that's what we're looking for. And actually, we can just go ahead and start scooping all of this together. So this soup actually comes together pretty quickly when you don't have to make the rice and everything else. So just go ahead and check over here. And that rice, you kind of want to just smash it down so it doesn't get big clumps of it. And one thing I like about being out here and cooking is I've got less dishes than I would inside on this cook. So all right, our vegetables look great. They smell amazing. So we're just going to go ahead and throw these in our soup. This is going to be a pretty thick, hearty soup today, which is perfect for this fall and winter weather. And this soup actually freezes really good, so go ahead and make an extra big batch and you will be thankful. So this is gonna probably cook for like another 10-15 minutes. You just want to get a small boil on it. I'm gonna go ahead and cover it and just let it simmer for a little bit. But I'm gonna go ahead and take a quick taste while I can. And actually, I forgot. Actually, we're going to do a little bit of garlic salt in this. And this is just a taste. This is a tablespoon of garlic. I'm going to do some ground pepper. That's probably about another half tablespoon. Do about a half tablespoon of salt. Go ahead and start lighter and then go more if you need. And then another thing I really love is to put just a little bit of pepper in here. Not enough to clean out your sinuses, but I like just to have a little bit of heat with this. So, like I said, I'm probably going to go ahead after this. I'm going to go ahead and throw some minced garlic in here. But, I don't know, cameraman, can you zoom in on here and show them this soup? Here. So like I said, this will thicken up as time goes on, especially with the flour in there, but right now let's go ahead and give it a try. Perfect soup for a fall day. Go ahead and subscribe and see what we're making next time.